And we are already facing off against Bamboo-Headed Kim. Okay then. That's gonna be fun. The last time I fought against him, I kind of had to upgrade my whole Blade lineage team in order to beat him. Right? So this time around, it's Kumakura! Mentor, what is this? I recognize these wounds. They are your technique. You! How could you put your blade on your phallus? Attempting to communicate seems futile. Pitch black flames lingering behind this man she called Bamboo-Headed Kim, a mentor. Something had devoured him. There was something in his eyes. Fiendish malevolence. I could definitely sense it. This was a distortion. Cease your beastly howls and talk to me! Please, say something! Oi, don't get too close to that thing! Too late. The distortion unleashed its blade in the blink of an eye. It sensed that something had entered its range. It stands. You're really going to get out of the way! As Angdu stood there confused, Sinclair urgently hurled himself in her direction, and in that brief moment, the distortion's place descended upon them as though it bisected the way at the very space they inhabited. I surmise that Sinclair has entered the distortion's range as well. We have no choice but to suppress it. We tensed up. Sensing the changing atmosphere, we slowly raise our weapon. This is gonna be fun! This is gonna be fun! Especially with paralysis! I'm just saying! Why are some abilities locked? Maybe it's a bit different from the mirror dungeon. Maybe. The unit's panic status does not change when afflicted with an effect that changes panic type. Instead, this unit is afflicted with an effect that inflicts against targets without a speed. I see. It's kind of fast with 555. So, okay. Everything has been redirected. Seems like he's a bit weaker from the mirror dungeon version, but then again, he's only level 40. I think back then he was level 50 or something like that. There's a slight level increase in the mirror dungeon at the later points of floors, or rather, yeah, on the lower levels of the floors. Oh shoot. Don't lose! Don't lose! God damn it, Gregor! Don't scare me like that! Seriously! Don't do that! Okay, first paralysis has been applied, which is going to make it a bit more difficult for us to win, but that should be fine. Alright, that should be fine. Ascendancy is all the way up to 23, which is really good. Never mind, it's decreasing it already. Oh, Faust, why are you always so unlucky? Why are you always so unlucky? You can tank that, you can tank that. And Masault is a beast. We don't have to worry about Masault. Masault is an absolute beast. There's never a chance for him to not tank it. I mean, he's a freaking Rhino. Rhinos are built super tanky, right? Certainly. Okay, his sanity is all the way up to 27. That's good. The first stagger bar is approaching. There's still a way off before we can actually reach it, but that should be fine. This is going to cause some issues. Okay, not so much. Not so bad. And he can tank like a champ. Paralysis is a bit annoying, but we can handle that. What's this? Roaring Resentment. Oh, great, he's starting with that now. Assault, you're not directly slashing against anyone, so the paralysis shouldn't really matter. I need to increase his sanity for as much as we can, without giving him a chance to lower it further. And preferably, ouch! And preferably reach the stagger bar before he's going to go for Claim My Bone again. Because that one would be quite terrible. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. Just a bit more. Come on. barely. We missed it barely. If Ryosho was a bit faster, we could have avoided the whole... Oh, never mind, she didn't stagger. Okay, I was about to say, we could have avoided the whole stagger part on Faust, so that she could dish out extra damage. But I guess it was fine after all. That's good. That is really good. And now that I see it, I have barely any of our strong attacks, which is a bit unfortunate, but that's fine. I mean, it's probably for the best. If we approach the next stagger bar instead of getting through it or crossing over it, it's certainly going to be a handy for us, right? Besides, my sword is going to do a lot of damage now. Look at him go! Past 50%! That's really... oh god. Really good! Can I avoid this? I don't really want to clash against that. Not a chance. Okay, it should technically be fine. It should technically be fine. He has a lot of bleeds. I'm probably... yeah, I won't be able to get a reroll, but that's also fine. And we're going to lower his attack a little bit more. Then I'm crossing my fingers that Ryosho is able to win against that. Because technically speaking, he has 45 sanity. Thank you! Thank you very much! Thank you very much, Ryosho! That's exactly what I wanted to see! Oh god, I hate that move so much. If it gets through, it does so much damage. So much damage! My god, the sanity is saving us once more. It always saves us. Even through paralysis. Even through paralysis, it always saves us. Okay, it's pretty clear that I can just ignore all of his attacks now, right? Yep, he's going to get staggered this turn without any issues. Okay, we're going to go for all of our weak attacks first. That should make it easier for us to not get through his defense dices. Am I messing it up now? Maybe. Maybe not. Never mind. I was about to say that could have ended terribly. Okay, 58. He doesn't have any bleeds, so that's good. We're going to apply 3. 3 is fine. I wish I could avoid this. I mean, I can avoid this. Then I can go up to 2 extra coins. The sword, you're going to go for the super strong move. And then of course a little bit of red. The thing is, I cannot guarantee that the sword is going to come after Homaru, but we'll see, right? We'll see. First and foremost, Yaseng is going to apply another 7, which deals a little bit of extra damage for the next guy who attacks. Okay, 2 is perfect. Oh, I didn't even got to... oh, that could have hit for 4 dices. It could have done so much damage. I guess it's for the best though, right? Yeah, I guess it was for the best. I mean, Hongru already did most of the damage. I could have increased the number by a little bit. Okay. And there he is. And there it is. The Blade Fiend Fathom. The dungeon of himself. And with this, we're going back to the 999. Oh, 1k. It was nice for as long as it lasted. Okay. Are you finally waking up, Kim? Bamboo-headed Kim kneeled and caught his breath. Something began to shimmer behind him. This is a dungeon. A mirrored dungeon from the Fathom. This is just like the Ding Dong Bang Fryer thing, right? It's Oi Bong, Gregor. Oi Bong from the chicken. He has already entered the dungeon. Is he fleeing? So we've got to follow the block, eh? Yeah. We were ordered to secure the distortion as well, so... an immense heavy sensation emanates from within that space. That monolith has to be somewhere in there too. Let us follow. But she was clearly dumbfounded by the turns of event. I could tell that she was determined to see this through to the end. We had nothing more to add. Advancing. What is this? This place has taken the likeness of S Corp. Not just anywhere in S Corp. Call this place the Fathom EGO. It appears that mentor bamboo-headed Kim's memory are affecting this place. Is there enough of his past that you are aware of? No, nothing in detail. I don't believe I have the right to divulge a deception of his past based off hearsay either. Angdu continued in a more soul tone. When he appeared so suddenly at this building, I don't suppose he had much trouble of cutting down the Kurokuma clan's henchmen. I'm certain he was flanked by a competent man and woman. It would not have mattered how many henchmen they threw against the mentor. Nothing short of a Kurokuma clan's office could have given him any trouble. In fact, I surmise that he would have been able to cut down 100 of their men on his own. But not all those who accompanied Master Bamboo-Headed Kim were as powerful as he. His capabilities lie far beyond our own. His fellows must have fallen one by one before the endless onslaught of the Kurokuma clan's henchmen. And I cannot help but imagine that the sight must have reminded him of a rather tragic event in his past. An unpleasant event that likely shook mentor Bamboo-Headed Kim to the core. That alone fits numerous criteria that makes it ripe for the manifestation of an ego or a distortion. He was in a very receptive state of the monolith's influence as well. So that is how the mentor became the beholder of his blade, like a fiend. Yet still, how could he? We remained wordless and advanced as Angdu despondently muttered to herself. It was all silent, save for the sound of our shoes, lightly pressing into the soil, or rather the soft soil beneath our feet. So, and this is literally a mirror dungeon. Okay. How about we're going to boost the bleed stuff, huh? Oh, I can only select one. Oh, it's like the old mirror dungeon, probably. The thing is, if I boost up my bleed, it's going to become more difficult for Mahonglu to get his super strong move going. But on the other side, having more bleed potency would be really handy. I'm gonna use this. The nail seems kind of tempting, especially because it also boosts the defense, or rather lowers defense level down as well. Yeah, let's go for the nail. And I don't really have to change anything else. Okay. Oh my god! It's quite literally the mirror dungeon all over again. And I can also see the boss, which also means all of those guys are probably Kurokuma, the upgraded evolution of the Bequeaths, the henchman Shun, and a bunch of resting spots. Should I record all of that? I'm pretty sure most of you guys have went through that event quite recently. I should... maybe the events. Yeah, I'm gonna show off the events, but not the in-between fights. After all, this is just going to be the Kurokumas again, right? At the very least, the events. I'm going to show off the events at least. Pretty much as I did with Chicken, right? Pretty much. So, okay, the first event. It's the bar one. This must be a tavern. This bar or an inn is bustling, and its patrons are energetically chatting away. They all seem to be in a rather good mood. A trio amongst the crowd is quite boisterous, arguing and pointing fingers at each other. No, I don't understand why this is even a matter of dispute. A blade is a weapon made for cutting, and the right way to use a blade is to slash with it. You don't know what you're talking about. Stab a single point with all your might, and your foe shall surely fall. Oh, you're both wrong. Your half-centered cuts and stabs won't do anything but piss them off. They'll be back on their feet immediately. Smack their skull with a blunt end, or a blunt hilt, or this garbage, and knock them down for good. Make them too dazzled to get up. The trio appears to be talking about something pretty serious, so we best stop to listen to their debate. They suddenly turned in our direction and called over to us. Hey you there! Your band can clearly handle weapons, am I wrong? Answer us. What is the best way to wield your sword? Of course, to slash is the best way to use a blade, is it not? What should I say to that? Well, of course, because of the ego gift, slashing is really important. Right? Okay. Yeah, you can do that without any issues, right, Ryosho? Certainly. Hear, hear. The loudest one guffles, raising up his cup with liquor. I'm not claiming that other methods are inferior. I'm merely claiming that a blade, a weapon with an edge, is made to cut things. The other two nod in reluctance, agreement. Well, if you're talking about the blade, and the blade part only, then sure. I suppose decapitation is not so different from breaking the skull open, huh? You've made my day, friends. Here, take this. The man who preached the superiority of slashing pats you on the back and places something in your hands. Okay. The rusted hilt. Okay, this is very important. I need to get the fine blades, right? Which blade was it again that I need for the Kurokumas blades? Don't quite remember. It's been a week. A couple of weeks now. So it's us, Kurokuma clan's turf from here on out. Is it that hard for you to understand that you've got to pay the toll to use your road, huh? People dressed in Kurokuma clan's garb stand in the way of an unarmed civilian, threatening them. I suppose that excuse was enough for them to tread on our territory as well. Angdu does not hide her indignation. She's gritting her teeth. So what should we do to them? Well, we're certainly going to save the civilian, right? Like always. The question is, who is going to step in? I guess Faust has the best chances for that. She just needs to win one of them. Damn it! What the hell happened? I thought we would drive them all away. After a grueling battle, Faust and Angdu managed to defeat or drive away the Kurokuma clan's henchmen. You have my gratitude. I'm glad that we could provide them some help. Was that from Angdu? Maybe. The civilian freed from the threat of the Kurokuma clan each bowed and give us their thanks. But you're not dressed like locals. If you don't mind us prying, who might you be? Of course, we are from the Blade lineage, right? Angdu? Technically speaking? Kinda? Almost? Honglu, you're the best for that. Yes. Okay. The Blade? The civilian immediately kneeled before us and bowed profusely, their voice trembling as they plead. We're sorry. We're so sorry. Why? Please have mercy. Don't kill us. Why? In a flustering attempt, Honglu tries to tell them that we have no cause, no intent to hurt them, but they refuse to listen. Take this at least. They raised their hands with the utmost deference, in their hands was what appears to be a book. Taking a closer look at it, we realized that what they handed us was a filled ledge with black covers. Please forgive us. That is all that we have with us at the moment. Try as we might to help them to their feet, the fear has already rooted them firmly to the ground. They don't even dare to raise their heads. We had no choice but to leave them as they were. Still don't quite understand what that book is all about. But maybe somebody is able to explain to me what that is? Is it some kind of debt book or something? Maybe? I don't know. Either way, fill a fight. So, okay. Another event? Ah, there's the girl. Okay, now I need to remember. I need the Kurokuma one. Kumakura one. This is odd. This mist is... I don't know when it happened, but a thick layer of mist has descended all around us. I have heard of a tale of one such nightly stroll. In this tale, a clueless traveler heedlessly wanders into the Brome's haze and finds himself afford an otherworldly being. Oh, stop it with that! Just as the sinners began loudly bickering with each other, I realized that there was something hazy standing in our way. Is that thing dancing? A mysterious thing, dressed in white, dancing gracefully before us, with a large blade in hand. When it met my gaze, or when I thought it did, a sheatheded blade had materialized in my hand. What does it want me to do with it? I think I need to assume a stance about to draw the blade, right? Yeah, I think it was this one. This has to be Kurokuma, right? If I get the wrong one, that would be quite a bother! I'm telling you! But first and foremost, I even need to succeed with this event. Come on, Ryasu! That already seems really promising. Ryosho wields the sword. After taking a moment to steady her breath, Ryosho unsheathed the blade and sliced the thing before us in the blink of an eye. That thing giggled as it disappeared, somehow finding the situation humorous, and left behind fragments of a blade. Come on! Come on! I can't quite see it yet. Yes! The cloud pattern! It is the correct one! The bleed one! Now the question is... there's a resting point where I can fuse it. That's perfect! That's just perfect. You and you. There you go. This is going to make the perfect blade. I don't think I can upgrade anything, so I'm just going to spend the rest for even more heals. That's pretty much it. Okay then. I guess we're ready. Oh, Kim! We probably have another fight with each other, and this time around you're a little bit more buff than last time, huh? Yeah? A little bit stronger than last time. So that thing behind him is... Indeed, that is the monolith. The artifact must have entered this Fathom EGO the moment it imbued bamboo-headed Kim with strength. This manor must be where the mentor's last protectee resided, before he departed from S Corp. Such a massacre. Mentor, was this carnage the memory that had haunted your dreams and your waking hours for so long? Yet, the death of our dear fellows. Tears began to well in Angdu's eyes. Again, something murmured in my head. Is this bamboo-headed Kim's past? A sobbing voice, drenched with woe, echoes in my head. For a fleeting moment, I once had this thing people called honor. Vile men whose hearts are consumed by evil often approach virtuous officers to seek harm, and I considered it an honorable deed to be a protector of the virtuous, to heal those that sought to harm against thee. Yet to be virtuous in a world of the vicious was to be prey of this merciless world, and before such an overwhelming might of the vicious, the irrevocable corrupted officials, my strength was inconsequential. I had little choice but to leave S Corp, cradling my broken spirit alongside my father's. I have left my scary honor behind at the land of my failure. We became vagabonds, lost, wandering and weary, aimlessly drifting without a place to call their home. Even their fate and my decision to leave began to crumble piece by piece. So did my fate and myself. I began to fall apart. I have already failed once. What's there to say that I'm not failing my dear fellows once again? The least I could do is to help them lead a stable life. Yet that invitation I received only led them to their demise. In the end, I failed my mission. I failed my honor. And I failed my dear fellows. Oh, again, I'm returning to the land of my failure. The voice continued to murmur, but it had evolved into nothing but a low growl, a quiet and incomprehensible rumbling. I can't help but feel a bit sympathetic about a suffocating, painful past. But that's exactly why we have to face him, free him from his distortion. Guys, we're putting an end to this, right here and right now. Yes, it appears that we have no other choice. Angdus has grown far too agitated to function properly in this battle. It's all up to us now. I mean, in the previous fight he wasn't really able to help either, so in that case, it doesn't really change anything, right? Not really. And the level is still the same, he got a bit more buffy, and everything else seems to be the same as the previous encounter. Well, don't really see any changes. Okay then, let's have some fun, shall we? Okay, for now we're just going to tank it with Ryoshu. I need to make sure that we win all of our clashes, otherwise he's going to drop his own sanity, and that's something I cannot allow under any kind of circumstances. He is going to gain some slash power though from this alone, but there isn't really much we can do about it. So it has to be fine, right? It just has to be fine. Okay, that did a lot more damage than I hoped. It even went through her defense, which is not good, but at the very least we have the chains now for the next round, which is going to make it a lot easier for everyone. Right? For everyone. Okay, I can't really do anything about this dice. Result is sadly not fast enough for that, and my other guy is currently staggered, but it should be fine. Everyone should be able to win their clashes against him, so that's also going to be really handy for us. Sure, you're going to get a bunch of extra paralysis and all, but at the same time we're going to give you so much bleed. It's gonna be fine. It's totally going to be fine because you're slowly killing yourself, right? This is literally what's happening right now. He's slowly but surely killing himself with 20 bleed. Oh god. The bleed count is doing wonders around here. Absolutely precious. Okay, I'm pretty sure we can ignore all of those dice now. Except of maybe the counter dice, but there isn't really much I can do about that. Okay, everyone is going to clash against this dice. Inflict as much bleed as you want. It doesn't really matter at this point. Because I'm pretty sure that in the next round we should be able to pretty much deal with him, hopefully. But then again, oh my god. 2011? 2615? Uh-huh. The count is going crazy. The count is absolutely going crazy right now. We're going to inflict even more bleed. And I guess a bit of a tech down. We have to charge for that, right? Yes, we do. Oh, this is gonna do so much damage. Maybe not enough to finish him off right away, but that's fine. What matters is that he has so much bleed that even if he survives, he's just going to end up killing himself. I mean, look at the bleed stat. He has 50-30. 50-30. He's gonna kill himself. He's gonna kill himself before I even have to move a muscle. Oh, this is gonna be so precious. I'm even going to clash against the dice with 3 attack dices. Yep. And then the counter's coming around, but that should be fine. How about another ego? Because we can. And another ego, because we can. It doesn't really matter at this point after all. We can just spam the egos. Spam all of our egos. Oh my god. It's literally killing itself. It's literally killing itself. That was 150 damage from bleed alone. And he still has 30 stacks. Well, if there's a way for us to increase the count, then bleed can be really strong, right? Bleed can be really, really strong. As long as there's a way for us to increase the count. But count is always a bit of an issue for pretty much all of the ailments, right? Pretty much all of them. They had to balance it out somehow. The ailments are really strong. Rapture is really strong. Sinking seems to be really strong. And bleed, as you can just see, right? Ah. That's great. Why is it loading that long? Please don't tell me that you're crashing, game. Game? Okay, we defeated him again. And now it loads. I was a bit worried that maybe bleed is bugged or something, but I guess I just glitched it out. Again. Oh well. It's fine. It's fine. Now it works. Ah, the dungeon. After a grueling battle that we had to fight twice, and as we finally managed to drag bamboo-headed Kim to his knees, like a mirage, the Fathom EGO began to fall apart. The Monolith has already left the Fathom EGO and was back at the center of the office. Is it that thing? Just as the office began to resemble the one we had walked into, the radio I carried began to buzz again.
Hiya, can you hear me? If you do, then give me a tick-tock.
Tick-tock. Very funny, Dante. You know we just barely survived the deadly encounter, right? Hey, Ishmael, I just did what they said. Well, she asked me to, right?
Perfect. We really don't have much time left, since it looks like the monolith is briefly stabilized. Let me teach you how to lock it down. Don't take too long though, or the distortion's gonna turn it into abnormality. Follow my instruction to a T, and don't lag behind. It's all about precision and speed.
She seems awfully cheerful for how dire the situation is. I followed the radio's instruction and reached out to the monolith with my paw. Oh, some light comes out of it when I reached out with my fingers. The voice coming from the radio was pretty nonchalant about all of this, but it almost sounds like she could see exactly what I was looking at.
Right, stretch down from there. Yep, you're doing good. Now move left, take it slow. Now.
I couldn't help but wonder if I was doing this right, but I still followed the direction and threw a trail of light with my hand over the monolith. Mentor! The shimmering black tendril began to withdraw from the bamboo-headed Kim's body. Maybe the distortion is withdrawing too?
Good work, detective. The levels are stabilizing. I can't seem to stop calling you detective. Sorry, odd habit die hard, you know?
Detective? Sounds like she's responding to someone else on the other side of this communication.
Good work, boss dude. LCA will be there in a minute, so just sit tight.
Huh? LCA? Oh, not that rude after team lady from earlier, right?
Well, anyways, thanks for the assist, everyone. LCD Distortion Task Force ERSA over and out.
The radio shuts off before any of us had a chance to say anything. Again, like always. And soon, and not 5 seconds later. My, they're really piling in now, huh? Is that LCA? The LCA Special Operation Unit. They look menacing. Orders. Commencing securing items retrieval. Right. The item is custody target T-276 confirmed and secured. Well, it looks like our job is done here, huh? I didn't even have to say anything, not that they could actually hear me anyways, before the uniformed troops marched in and started attaching various tools to the Monolith. Trouble. T-27601 unconfirmed. Requesting location. The what? What are you blabbering about? Rewording. Where's the distorted individual? Ah, I'm aware of who you seek. He sits next to the monolith? Huh? Wait, where has he gone? The individual by the name Undo dragged him behind the sofa. Approximate time of event? 3 minutes ago. What? Wait, didn't I ask you to tell us if you noticed something important going on in the background? I will make an immediate report should an identical event occur. That is when I noticed that the LCA agent were growing visibly uneasy. Alert! Abnormal reaction detected from an entity in T-276-1 approximity. And when that agent ran over and kicked over the sofa... Undo? Miss Undo! It was Undo, her arms tightly wrapped around bamboo-headed Kim. Her hands holds a blade that dug deep into her mentor's flesh. I know not of your painful past. I cannot possibly know in detail what you have gone through. But that cannot be a just reason, an excuse for cutting down your very own fellows. Miss Undo! That man was not himself! If the blade has consumed my mentor, turning him into a fiend, then I will end myself. It has to be me. No, not at all. It's all excuses. That's all it is. If Mentor didn't bring some odd invitation to us, if he hadn't caused us to flee S Corp or our home to begin with. Yes, I hear you. The voice is finally growing clearer. Mutation. Distortion of subject entity confirmed. Suspicion. Phase 1 of the Monolith reactivation process may have been engaged. What? We can't just let her be. She's going to distort and activate that thing again. Assault! Knock Miss Undo out! Oh, okay. He did it so quickly! He did it so quickly! I didn't thought he was the speedy guy. The assault struck Undo hard before the LCA agent had even a chance to do anything. Stabilized. Distortion nullified by the subject's loss of consciousness. Stab wound confirmed on subject T-276-01. Wounds not critical. Will not pose a challenge to retrieval and recovery. I have carried out the task as you have ordered. Thank you. Whoa, what just happened? Was that caused by the monolith's influence too? A plausible explanation. The monolith was promptly sealed, but its lingering influence seems to have seeped into her.
Oh, hey! The level went bonkers over there just now.
The radio began buzzing all on its own again. Requesting radio. I will receive LCD's message. Okay. I thought she wanted to talk to us, though. Acknowledged. Please speak.
You're LCA, aren't you? I'm Elsa from LCD. Nice to...
Acknowledged. Commencing sitrep.
You know what? You're not the only one who knows how to cut people off. I already got your sitrep, okay? I don't need it. There are 2 people there, right? Just bring them both over here.
Negative. Exec order states that retrieval targets are to be...
Come on, you snapped some, huh?
Concern. The monolith alone will be a difficult subject to contain.
Oh, that's okay. Your very own your very own LCP team leader said she will take care of it. Besides, that monolith, Detective and I have successfully retrieved that before. And considering that the 2 of them are both returning from the library, considering that the 2 of them have been pulled from the edge of distortion, it will definitely help us out with our records, don't you think?
Understood. However, What the hell is going on here? Are we kidnapping them for some dodgy human experiment or something?
Okay, so I know that there's been some scary rumors of kidnapping in T Corp, but what we are doing here is completely unrelated, alright? I would appreciate it if you didn't compare us to the likes of those backstreets rumors, okay? Sure, you guys can leave them there, but if we don't take them in, they will distort and get killed. And who knows, the Kurokuma clan or even the farm could catch wind of this and pick them up instead, right?
I suppose you're right.
Anyways, make sure to bring them back in. Both of them, okay?
Acknowledged. Retrieving now. The call dropped, the agent swarmed around the pair, bound them, and disappeared out of the door. All of it was done in one fluid, practiced motion. I don't know when it happened, but they've already retrieved the monolith when that LCA agent picked up the LCD call. Right, so I guess mission accomplished, huh? Guess so. Warning. Recommending actions for the manager. Immediate extraction from the scene. Immediate arrival of the FUM. Highly likely. The FUM? So after the middle it's the FUM, eh? What I wouldn't give to see the looks of their struck up faces. I think he's telling us to get out of here before the FUM catches us red-handed, right? Yeah. Correction. Limbus Company was already on crash course against the FUM the moment we commenced this mission. Did what? That makes sense. It will only be a matter of time before they put the pieces together and realize that we are involved in what happened. Are you sure that we can handle not only the middle but also the FUM at the same time? Irrelevant. A foe is a friend, and a friend is a foe for Limbus Company. Delayed extraction scene first. With that cryptic message, the LCA agent quickly withdrew from the scene. He knows something, but won't tell us what it is. At least that was the impression I got from the way that he spoke. I came to meet so many departments of the company in such a quick succession. The LCA, the LCD, and the LCCA. An old question arose once again. Something I'd forgotten as we kept ourselves busy with the missions we've carried out so far. I really don't know much about this company I'm working for. And there's this mysterious Herman, and the equally puzzling Demian. Maybe in the grand scheme of things, I really don't know anything at all. Maybe what I know amounts to nothing more than a pinch of knowledge available to the powers that be. I thought we were pretty deep into our journey, but I was starting to feel that in the far future, if we were to look back on the records of the journey, we wouldn't even be 10 pages into the book. I began walking back to the bus with the sinners, my head further enraged in confusion. Phew, we really ran into a lot of people in such a short time, huh? Yeah, we did. I'm pretty happy that I got to know more about the workings of this company at least. Once we returned to the bus, the sinner each began chatting away from what had just happened. I wonder what's going to happen to that Angdu and bamboo-headed Kim now. That does not appear to be information that we are privy to, though we all worked under the same company. All that the LCD shares with us was the name of our contractor, Elsa. Or Essa? Esra? Oh god, I kept calling her like the fairy tale girl. Then, is Limbus Company truly kidnapping people for human experiments? You don't just start experimenting on humans like that. It's not something that just happens. Remember what that LCD lady said? Rumors are just rumors. Gregor furrowed his brow as though some unpleasant memories of the past began flooding in. He dug into his pocket for a cigarette. There's LCD, but LCA seems really out of place. Even when compared to other departments, it seems like they are from a completely different company. As we made our way back to the bus, I slowly began to organize my thought on everything that happened. I didn't know that it wasn't the most productive thing for me to do. Faust, you're not going to answer any of my questions, are you? I apologize. At the present moment, it is difficult for me to disclose any information that does not concern the LCB department. It seems it's like impatience is pre-required for boarding this bus, manager or sinner. Virgil sighed as he muttered. He must have seen me burying my clock heads in my palm. Our journey will inevitably lead to the answers to all of your questions, Stunter. Will it, though? Will it, Virgilus? Just follow the path and it shall all be revealed. You have no reason to rush. Besides, Virgilus' gaze fixed for a brief moment, slightly above my head. I wonder if he's looking at my flame. It's nothing. Perhaps your impatience rubbing off on me. I suppose I shall find out along the way as well. Virgil scoffed, muttering something incomprehensible to himself, then turned away from me. It was clear that he has no intention of continuing his exchange. Let's go, Sharon. Been waiting for the vroom vroom time. Driving to the famous high of S Corp. The withering high, right? Or wuthering high? Wait, we didn't get the clothes yet! What are we doing with the clothes? Oh my god, the bus took off once again. Sometimes bustling, sometimes dead silent. I really hope that we still have time to find the clothes though. No, seriously, we have not once had a chance to grab a set of clothes in that mission. Not once! Not even from Babu Head Kim! Nothing! Oh, the heartbreaking. Okay, that sounds interesting. But we're going to save that for the next part. I hope you guys had fun, and see you next week. Until then, bye bye!